Welcome to Focus Radio and Television. I'm Anthony Rayo, your host for the day, and Focus Lake County's radio program brought to you by Red Apples Media. So you're either listening to us here on My 790 AM or you're watching us now. And we're early this month because we have some special guests. I'm going to get to them in a second, but you hopefully are watching us on Comcast, Channel 13, Bright House 498, or coming soon, Florida Fiber Networks. So you can see the magazine, you can read it in a few weeks, or right now, May edition is going to have the March of Dimes, a special section. So stay tuned for that, or pick it up now on stands at almost 170 locations. So now we're going to introduce Paul Johns and Crystal Lynch. And we're going to be talking about the March of Dimes. We've got an ambassador here and the Chief Operating Officer of the South Lake Hospital. So welcome, you two.
Welcome. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for welcoming me too, Paul. I appreciate that. I'm glad that we're all here together. And now let's just start off by talking to you, Paul. Tell me a little bit about yourself, what your job is, and then we're going to get into the March of Dimes, the special event, the walk, of course, for March for Babies coming up in May, and we'll get to that in a moment. But tell me, Paul, just a little bit about yourself and what's going on at South Lake Hospital.
Sure. Thank you, Anthony. My name is Paul Johns, and I've been living in Lake County now for at least 20 plus years. Worked in Lake County as well. So, and part of my role is the Chief Operating Officer at South Lake Hospital, and have been there now for about 4 years. And really enjoy being part of Lake County and being a resident for many years. My role now as the as the chair of the March of Dimes is actually really exciting. It's an opportunity that I think that really is something that South Lake Hospital and most healthcare organizations look forward to being a part of. It's an important organization to be a part of, and I'm thankful that we can be part of that this year.
Perfect. Well, we're glad to have you too, Paul. Now, turning to you, Miss Lynch. Crystal, can I call you Crystal?
Yes.
Okay, well, welcome to the show again.
Thank you.
Now, tell me about your position as the ambassador.
Well, this year my family was chosen as the ambassador family for the March of Dimes in Lake County, Florida. My son was born at 1 pound and 8 ounces at 24 weeks of gestation, and March of Dimes helped to give my son Gabe a fighting chance. He also had surfactant therapy, and the March of Dimes supports research for surfactant therapy. So the March of Dimes has been there every step of the way. Only other thing that Gabe has right now is asthma. He's completely healthy. He loves to play the piano. So I would encourage all of the listeners and to the viewers to donate, to really get out there and become a part of the March of Dimes, because they do so much to help babies like my son Gabe that was born so little and so premature. And every dollar counts. Every step we take can be effective towards helping every baby and every family have a fighting chance.
So you're going to start marching on May the 7th over at South Lake Hospital, the National Training Center?
Yes, that's right. That's right.
Are you ready?
I am so ready. I'm ready to see everyone come together every year. And this actually would be my first march, so I'm excited to be a part, and I'm excited to have my son also be part in my family, to know that how far he has come, and to help other families and encourage other families as well.
10 years ago, just a personal question, would you have thought that this would have been possible?
10 years ago, no, I wouldn't have thought this would have been possible. 10 years ago, I was in a distraught state, my husband and I, but we've seen how things have blossomed, and how now he's a living testimony, and how things have transpired because of certain research that is here now because of the March of Dimes. If that wasn't here, Gabriel, may have still been on a breathing machine. We don't know, but we know now that he's healthy, he's active, and now he's just, having fun, and he can do what he wants to do, and be in school and do what a normal child will do.
That's great. That's great. Well, we really appreciate you being here and sharing that with us.
Yes.
And now we're going to turn back to you, Paul.
Okay.
So tell us a little bit about March of Dimes. We know that the hospital is obviously involved in it, and that you're the chair of this year's March of Dimes. But what exactly is March of Dimes? What does it mean to the community? before we get into the event?
Sure, Anthony. March and Dimes is a leading nonprofit organization for pregnancy and baby health. March of Dimes is mom's caring friend and the number one resource to help moms have full-term pregnancies and healthy babies. And if something goes wrong, the March of Dimes has been there to provide the necessary resources to help those in need. And so it's a very important organization. They're very much involved in research. They're able to, through their research, help reduce the threats that mothers and babies may have during their pregnancy.
Yeah. And now the event is coming up. When is the event, and why is the event itself so important? Now that we know a little bit more about March of Dimes, how is March for Babies involved?
Sure. March of Dimes this year is going to be held on May 7th, Saturday, May 7th, at the hospital at the National Training Center in South Lake County, on the campus of South Lake Hospital. And the registration actually starts at 7 a.m. with opening ceremonies at 7:40. And I think it's important because the march kind of signifies the importance, all the work behind the scenes to raise the necessary dollars. But I think it's a community effort. There's an opportunity then for individuals, communities to get together and show the type of support that's necessary to say, look, we're here this together. We're here to support the moms. We're here to support the research. And I think it's a great opportunity.
That is a good opportunity. Now, have you seen this opportunity in action besides with Crystal?
I have not. Our hospital has been involved in the last couple of March of Dimes marches. I personally have not had that opportunity due to scheduling conflicts, but I'm really looking forward to being a part of it this year.
So this is your first year.
This will be my first year marching.
That is great.
Yeah.
So are you ready to march?
I am ready. Yes, I am.
Okay, you're marching every day and
we're going to get
mode.
into shape. Yes, we'll get into shape. Yeah.
Good. Well, I'll start marching myself.
All right.
Hopefully.
Okay.
Now, let me say this. I want to get involved. Who do I call? How do I get involved? Where do I go?
Yeah, Anthony, there's a couple of different ways that you can get involved, both as an individual, family, or company. And one of them is, first of all, visiting marchforbabies.org. That's all one word, marchforbabies.org, to sign up, and you can learn more. You can raise money and walk as an individual. You can join more than, right now we have 20,000 families and companies participating as teams throughout the country. You set a goal and raise money with your team. You can ask for donations. So there's many different ways you can do this.
Yeah, and I understand when you're at March for Babies, you have to go marchforbabies.org and then go to event and find the Lake Sumter event specifically?
That is correct. You can still register. You go to marchforbabies.org/event/Lake Sumter, and that will direct you right to that website.
And of course, again, the event is Saturday, May the 7th at the National Training Center on South Lake Hospital property, right there on that campus in
That's
Claremont.
correct. That's correct.
All right, so march on down there, right?
March on down there, please.
Okay, excellent. Now, is there a goal? Is there a minimum that you want to meet, or how do I donate? That kind of paperwork involved, because that's a big part of March is raising the money to support it.
It is, and right now our goal for Lake Sumter, the 2016 goal, is to raise $188,000 towards obviously the mission of the March and Dimes, and so we're encouraging each walker, if they could, set a goal of just $100. Obviously, every dollar will help and it contributes towards that ultimate goal. But that is our goal this year, is to raise $188,000 towards the research.
That's an excellent goal. I know that's even more than last year's goal.
It
was that
is.
176?
It was, yes.
Yeah.
So
March for Babies takes place rain or shine, just like the post office.
rain or
right?
shine, yeah, doesn't matter.
Excellent.
Even snow if it happens to snow.
Wow.
So, we're out there. no
I would
matter
really
what.
like to see that in
Yeah,
Claremont.
that would be interesting.
That would, especially this time of year.
Especially this time
That
of year.
hasn't happened in a while.
That's correct.
So if something comes up and I can't go, can I donate?
Yeah, absolutely. Any type of donation is appreciated. You can pay with credit card, PayPal. Online donations are not affected if you can't walk. Only cash and checks we're holding on to can be turned in that day. But we have opportunities that you can be able to contribute at any point in time by getting online and being able to donate your dollars.
Now, how do the sponsorships work? I know individual people can donate, like we just talked about, but who is sponsoring and what are they involved in sponsoring? Who are some of the flagship sponsors?
Sure. Some of the sponsors that we have some top corporate sponsors, local sponsors, but our top corporate sponsors this year are the public supermarkets. They raised over $108,000 in 2015, which was absolutely wonderful. We have the Pacesetter Silver sponsors, which is South Lake Hospital and Leesburg Regional Medical Center. And we have a silver sponsor, our ERA Grizzard Real Estate, and our bronze sponsors this year are Bright House Networks and Insight Credit Union. And we're really appreciative of the efforts that they're making. In fact, if you go around to any of the public stores, or Insight, if you're banking with Insight, you'll see a lot of their signs up and asking for donations. It's pretty neat.
So I'm sure Jen Rivera is involved in that over at
I
Insight.
believe so, yes.
Yeah, and Publix, it seems like
Yes.
every Publix is
Every
involved.
Publix, every
Yes.
Publix.
I know my brother is an assistant store manager at one, and he is just, they're always talking about March of Dimes.
Mhm.
So that's a big thing for a lot of these, like you mentioned, the Grizzards and all these other flagship sponsors that we just talked about.
Exactly.
So let's talk about a few facts. What has March of Dimes accomplished? Do you know any of those facts, Crystal, that you've seen?
I've seen, as far as the surfactant therapy, I know that they have accomplished that, and I know they have gotten a lot of businesses, such as Publix. You mentioned that. When I walked in there the other day, they had a flyer, like a poster at every single register, and they ask you, do you want to donate? And I made sure to donate, even though I had already donated on my own. I donated it again because I know what it's going to do. I know that every dollar counts, every penny counts. So if you can't donate online, if you're not comfortable with that, maybe you can walk into your Publix. They're everywhere. And go ahead and donate right there at the register, right when you're grocery shopping.
So I've got only a minute left, so I'm going to ask you one more question. When is the event? How do we register again, Paul?
Again, the event is Saturday, May 7th at the National Training Center, which is located on the South Lake Hospital campus in Claremont. And you can register on marchforbabies.org. And I hope everybody does.
Excellent, excellent. And donate wherever you can. Find it. Go on marchforbabies.org and do that. So thank you so much, Paul.
Thank you, Anthony.
And Crystal, for joining
Thank
us.
you.
And I know Gabe couldn't join us, but he'll be
Yes.
joining on the march, I'm sure.
Yes, he will be.
So go down to the National Training Center in Claremont. It's at 1935 Don Wickham Drive in Claremont, 34711, just in case you don't know the zip and you gotta Google it and get down there. And we're going to be back next on Focus Radio, so thank you again for joining us.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And when we come back, we're going to be talking golf and Miss Leesburg. Stay tuned. Welcome back to Focus Radio and Television. We're going to go into our next guests. We've got Miss Savannah Zook and Miss Linda Watts. And we're from the Miss Leesburg Scholarship Program. Now, we talked last year, not to Savannah, but we had last year, Dayla Schofield was on our program. So welcome, Savannah, for the first time, and welcome back, Linda.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for joining us. We really appreciate you being here. We know we have the golf tournament coming up.
Right.
We don't have the pageant quite yet. When is the pageant again?
It'll be September 24th.
Okay, so we have a little time to prepare for that.
Right.
But the golf tournament, when's that?
It is Saturday, May 7th.
Okay, so Saturday, May 7th at,
Arlington Ridge Golf Course, and this is our 12th annual golf tournament.
all right, so 12 annual golf tournaments. So you have a few under your belt. Now, is this your first one,
This
Ms.
is my third.
Ah, okay, so you know exactly what you're doing, right?
I kind of, sort of, getting there.
You're used to it by now.
I am.
All right, so you are Miss Leesburg this year.
Yes, sir.
How does that feel?
It feels pretty great. It's awesome.
So last September you were crowned.
Yes.
Now, how did you go about getting into pageantry? Let's start from the beginning.
Well, both of my sisters did pageants, but then one of my sisters escalated all through the pageant world and used to do Miss Leesburg with Miss Linda. So she kind of pushed me to do pageants, and that's where I started.
All right, and you're a sophomore now
I
at Leesburg High School,
Yes.
and you are involved in this. Why exactly do you feel pageants are the way you want to go?
Because most people look at pageants as, oh, it's just glitz and glamour. But when I go to do pageants for the volunteering. That's all I come from. I'm not coming for the crown. I'm coming for the year of volunteering that we get, the experience to meet new people, just the experience that comes with it. It's great.
Yeah, and it's pretty amazing what you're actually doing in the community. I don't think people understand pageants. Now, I know
Right.
Linda does.
Right.
How long have you been involved in pageants, and what's your experience?
Well, this is our 30th year. I've been, the Miss Leesburg Scholarship Program was organized in 1986, and so this is our 30th year, and it's just continued with very great success, and especially focusing on our scholarships.
All right. So we got a lot going on in May. We've got that March for Babies that I just talked about,
I
and now we
know.
have you all. How do we decide?
That's true. It's all the same day, too.
It is.
So,
It is.
well, maybe they'll just divide. Maybe we have some golfers that don't walk, so we'll see. But it's been, a great turnout. We have certain kind of following of people that do it every year, so that helps. And then we focus on the whole sponsors, which are very important with businesses and individuals. So
And I'm sure a lot of those businesses, even that are involved in March for Babies, are also supporting
they
you.
do. I heard some of the others mentioned, and we have their support too.
Excellent, excellent. Who are some of the flagships?
The presenting sponsors, Pepsi. We have Pepsi, Walmart. We have Westgate Jones Insurance. We have most of them basically are just with us throughout the smaller donations. But our those are kind of our three presenting, and then we have support of in-kind donations to help us with
Excellent.
that.
Now, where can we go if we want to support it?
You can go to our website, missleesburg.com, and there is the page for the golf tournament, and it gives all the details, times, how to play, enter for golf, and then for the whole sponsors.
Oh, excellent.
So we're working on that.
And if we just want to donate, we can't be involved in the golf, but we want to just give back to Miss Leesburg. Do we go to the same place?
Yes, go to the same place. It gives my contact and address, and everything that we raise, everything goes to the scholarship. And our goal is $10,000. So we have to work hard at that, but we do appreciate any help, and everything is tax exempt as a donation. We are a 501c3 nonprofit, and we have no paid employee, nothing, nobody's paid, so everything goes directly into our scholarship fund.
So I understand that $134,000 since 1997 is
That's
what's been
true.
raised. What's the goal? You said 10,000 this year?
10,000. It's really 144 because we are adding this year's that we already,
Yes.
that Savannah will get, part of. So it is 10,000.
So talking about that, Savannah, what do you plan on doing with that scholarship money?
Well, with my scholarship, I plan to go to either the big Florida State or UF, and I want to become a nurse anesthetist. That's how you say it.
Okay, okay. Explain what that is and why you want to do it.
Well, I want to do it because both of my sisters are nurses, and I kind of want to be an anesthesiologist, but that requires 10 times more schooling, requires a lot of more, I don't know how you put it, you have more weight on your shoulders. And so a nurse anesthetist is one step down between an anesthesiologist.
Yeah, it's a lot. Now, how do you decide between UF and FSU?
Well, you see, FSU is my choice. That's where I want to go. But if UF accepts me too, I'm going to see which one has the better nursing program, and that will
And then
obviously
you're going to
come
have
down
to
the
decide
decision.
between Seminoles and Gators.
I
Either
mean, that
you're
football
gonna
team, we're going to have to decide with the Seminoles, but
chop or chomp.
we're gonna chop.
All right, all right. So that's your goal. I hope you get there quickly,
Thank you.
and we'll see how that goes. You'll have to keep us updated. Let us know, and maybe we can put that in the pages of focus. You're planning, Linda, on sending us some pictures from the golf tournament.
Yes, we will. We did last year, and we will again. We'll have a photographer, and I will get those to you. So we're looking forward to a great day and a great turnout. So, you know, it's just the weeks before that you have to really focus and work hard on it.
Yeah, and we'll be able to see those in the June magazine, which is
Very good.
what's going to be out the month after, you know, during your golf tournament. It's May 7th
Right.
at Arlington Ridge. And we can sign up at missleesburg.com.
Right.
Or we can just arrive there at 7 a.m.
Well, we do need a count, you know, to do the foursomes and to get everything scheduled. And it's a scramble, a scholarship scramble is kind of, you know, the way that we present it. And it will be registration at 7 a.m. and then the tee-off is at 8:15.
Now, on a general note, why and how would you encourage young women to get involved with pageantry?
Well, in our local Miss Leesburg, it is a just a role model type. It is to present young ladies that are proud of their hometown. They want to be a part of the city, and they want to be involved, like Savannah said, with volunteering. And we have programs throughout the year that they can stay involved, really to just dedicate their time for a year of service. And then they do get their volunteer hours for college.
Wow.
So it's been, like I said, the support, and it's been very well received, and we have been blessed, and we have a great program, so we're proud of it.
That's nice. I'm glad that you're able to do that, and I'm glad that they have the opportunity to do that. Now, Savannah, she's talking about volunteerism here. Linda is mentioning that. What are some of the volunteer causes that you've went after during now your reign as Miss Leesburg?
Well, we do adopt a grandparent program, which is at the Sterling House, also known as Brookdale. We adopt our grandparents, and around each holiday we go and we do crafts with the residents at the nursing homes. We volunteer at Relay for Life and hand out the awards, and we walk with the survivors. We go to the Ronald McDonald House. We do parades throughout the year, many city events. We go to anything that we possibly can. We go to the AMVETS. We do Christmas at the Head Start. We buy gifts for the children. Volunteer at the food bank. We have our annual jacket drive, our food drive, our diaper drive.
We're busy.
Anything that we can do, we're always there.
Does Miss Leesburg ever sleep?
No.
No.
She, she's employed every Saturday or every week. Yes.
Every
she has.
weekend.
I mean, I tell her this is your job for a year. So
It's a
she's
job.
very dedicated.
And I would say gainfully employed with all the volunteerism you're doing.
Oh, it's
Yes.
awesome.
What do you benefit from doing that personally?
Personally, I benefit. I would never get to do half the things I've done without Miss Leesburg. I've never gotten to meet any of the. I would never have had the chance to meet all the people that I've had. Like, I get to meet people that inspire me, but they think I'm inspiring them. I would not have had any of the feelings, any of the emotions, any of the just times I've had. Miss Leesburg's opened so many doors for me.
Yeah. And you've helped open those doors for many women over the years.
Well, yeah. Well, they have been the reason I keep going. I mean, it really is. They give many hours of volunteering, and they give so much. And really, we see people that we help, but we're just as blessed, and just we get as much out of it as they do. So we do feel that it's for a good cause, and it is something that we want to continue.
Yeah, well, we appreciate what you're doing and why you're doing it especially.
Thank you.
And how can we get involved again?
Okay, MissLeesburg.com. go to our website, and there is a golf page that will give you all the details, and then every contact, all the details of how to get it to us, how to sign up, be a golfer, you know, participate as a golfer or a whole sponsor, and that is basically the way that we raise the $10,000. It's our main fundraiser for the year. We do smaller ones, but this is very important to us.
And the next pageant's not till September.
September 24th.
And where is it at this year?
Leesburg High School Auditorium. It's always at the high school. We are very, very involved there through the schools, so that's good.
Yeah. So I would imagine that Ms. Zook really enjoys that because she still attends as a sophomore.
And Savannah will be giving up her title in September, so a few more months left, but we're busy, so it'll go quick.
But really, a Miss Leesburg is kind of a Miss Leesburg for life.
Once you are Miss Leesburg, you're always a Miss Lees. We have I guess the Hall of Fame, but that adds to our list. So she is the 29th, and we'll be selecting the 30th in September.
And some of those candidates might even be at the golf tournament, right?
They could be. We hope
never
so.
know.
We hope so. And each year for the pageant, we have some, that come back.
Yes.
And that's nice to see them in the audience.
And you can always join by looking for the information at missleesburg.com.
Yes, that is ages 4 to 19.
Excellent. So we have a lot of different ones. So we are right at our time limit. Ladies, Savannah, Linda, thank you for joining us. Thank you for coming back, Linda.
Thank you for
And
having
thank you
us.
all for listening. Yes, we really appreciate you coming here. And make sure to pick up your copy of Focus Magazine this month and every month, available at 170 locations now throughout the county, throughout Lake Sumter and the villages. Of course, Focus Magazine is a catalyst for conversation in the community. So keep us in your focus and listen again. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. We'll see you next month.